This is Romania's Palace of the Parliament, also known as the People's House or originally the House of the Republic. It is located in the center of Bucharest, the capital of Romania. But if you look at a map of Bucharest maybe before the 1980s, you might notice there wasn't any large empty space ready for the heaviest building in the world. This isn't the only major change you will see when comparing two maps of Bucharest. If you compare the maps even more, you might notice new tall residential buildings on the side of new wider roads, and that somehow this monastery moved 285 meters to the east. To learn more about the replanning of Bucharest, we first need to know a bit of Bucharest's history. The legend tells that Bucharest was founded by a shepherd called Bucur when he settled near the Dâmbovița river. But the first mention of the city by its name was in 1459 by Vlad the Impaler. It became the voivode's residence alongside Târgoviște until 1659 when Bucharest became the sole capital of Wallachia. During the 16th century, the city became one of the largest in the region, continuously growing its importance of trade within the Balkans. In the current place of the Palace of the Parliament, there was the large Spirii Hill. It housed the new princely court from 1776 until 1812 when it burned in a fire. The Bucharest Army Arsenal from 1861 to 1943. The Stadium of the Republic from 1926 until the 1980s, the Brâncoveanesc Hospital from 1835 to 1984, and, most notably, the Mihai Vodă Monastery. On the 4th of May 1977, an earthquake occurred, originating in Vrancea and affecting Romania, Bulgaria, Moldova and Ukraine. It destroyed many old and new buildings, but also killed a total of 1,700 people. The then dictator of Romania, Nicolae Ceausescu, used this as his reason to destroy all buildings, claiming they were unsafe. But really, it was so he could model the cities as he wished. The brutalist blocks of the time are present throughout all of the country, but the damage done to the old towns varies from city to city. While the old towns of most Transylvanian cities were left relatively untouched, Bucharest suffered the worst. Ceausescu destroyed 20 churches, 3 synagogues, 3 hospitals and countless residential buildings, with the 40,000 residents receiving a single day's notice or nothing at all. Afterwards building brutalist blocks on the side of new, large roads. That's why, when looking at a satellite map of Bucharest, you can easily see the old buildings with red and brown roofs, surrounded by the new buildings with grey roofs. A building later demolished was the Văcărești Monastery, destroyed with the unfulfilled intention of having new buildings that will house the Ministry of Justice, the Supreme Court and the General Prosecutor's Office. But the biggest change to Bucharest was without a doubt on Spirii Hill. What about Spirii Hill? What happened to it? Ceausescu demolished most of the buildings dwelling on the hill, like the Brâncoveanesc Hospital and the Stadium of the Republic, but he left one, the Mihai Vodă Monastery. He moved it 285 meters. How? On rails. It wasn't the only time he did this. While most of the time Ceausescu would just destroy buildings, sometimes he moved them on rails, with people still inside. Back to Spirii Hill. After destroying Uranus neighborhood, Ceausescu built Unirii Square here, which leads to Unirii Boulevard, which ends in the Constitution Square, which stands before the People's House. The People's House is a gigantic building, with 365,000 square meters of floor area, 84 meters in height, and a volume of 2,550,000 cubic meters. It combines architectural elements of neoclassical and Stalinist architecture while only having cost 4 billion euros. It started construction in 1984 with 20,000 workers, all having harsh conditions, little pay and at least 27 deaths. After the death of Ceausescu and the revolution in 1989, the Romanian state continued building the People's House. In 1994, the Chamber of Deputies was moved there, and in 2004 the Senate, the People's House getting the new name of Palace of the Parliament. What happened to all the other remaining space? It used to be mostly empty until 2010 when construction started on the People's Salvation Cathedral. You could say the way the cathedral towers over the Palace of the Parliament symbolizes the Romanian people, with their traditions and faith having a triumph over communism and a return to democracy. But that's for another time. Thank you for having watched this video.